Hello, Taurus. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main read, I'm using the Witch's Tarot, if you can see it, by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. The sun has gotten really bright here. I apologize for that. And for the supportive cards, the Angels Answers Oracle cards by Dorian Virtue and Bradley Valentine. I notice a lot of times when I finally get them online, they're a lot brighter than I saw them in my viewfinder, so I'm hoping that's the same situation here. All right, so first half is relationship, second half is singles. I was going to go for the Oracle cards, but I'm getting like we don't need those. So let's go through it and see what we got. Now, I'm noticing what's keeping the situation where it is your partner has certain ideas about things they want to do. They got the Two of Wands. You have a different wand card going on here. You have the Nine of Wands. You're protective. You're protecting where you're standing. You do not want to budge. You don't want to go forward. You don't want to change. This is about some type of change to the relationship, either home-wise or an opportunity or something they want to do that's going to affect the relationship. You're saying no, but they seem to really want this to happen. That seems to be where we're starting. Now, that seems to be like the base. I feel like this is talking about the history, because I don't feel like this is a new situation, but they're trying to wear you down, and they're thinking if they just keep coming at you, it's going to change, but you're not really budging. I don't feel like you're not going their direction on this one. It seems like they're going at it like if they just keep asking after a while, you'll go along with it. I don't see that happening here, though. Now, I have the Empress on their side with the Ace of Swords on your side, which the Ace of Swords also seems to couple with the Ten of Pentacles. You're defending how things are. Ace of Swords is usually some type of start, but I feel like you're battling against starting whatever your partner wants. That's how it feels with this. Like you're battling, you're stopping the start. You're like defending against it to keep what you already have because you like what you already have. You don't want things to change. I feel like that's where we are with this. Now, on your side, you have the Empress. Like you're feeling like this idea you're having is really good for the relationship for both of you. And you got the Empress going into the Queen of Cups. Like I feel like you're deciding that you need to kind of relent to your partner a bit because they're feeling they need to relent into you. Because they have the Empress and the Queen of Cups. I feel like the Queen of Cups especially, she goes by emotion. If she really thinks that if she keeps going with something it's going to cause more damage than good, she will back off. She is definitely dedicated to how she feels, but she's more dedicated to people than situations. So if she feels like this is just causing you more grief than anything else and you just really don't want to do it, I feel like she will relent to you. Don't get caught up in the gender of these cards, but I'm feeling like your partner, I feel like they will relent and stop asking you because when they start to realize that it's aggravating and it's not going to happen. Because while your partner does really believe this is a good idea, they're more about you than the situation. Okay. Now, these cards are coming in together too, so what are we doing here? Now, I'm getting the Queen of Wands with the Three of Pentacles on your side. And I'm getting it's more about how things currently are. You're working you have plans for what are. This is why you don't want this change. You already have ideas for where you want things to go. For the current situation, you're working on things and you have things headed in a certain direction. You're already actively doing that. That's why you don't want this change. That's why you're holding against it so strongly. It's because you already have ideas and you're very animate. Like you do not want that new change. That sword, the Ace of Swords, you're you're like fighting against the change. You're like, I don't want things to change. I like it the way they are. I have plans. I have things going on here. I don't want things to change. And I kind of keep getting this home reference, like something about moving or something about the home. You don't want this change that your partner wants. You have other plans. There's other things you have already. I feel like you're already working on them. You already have them in thought at the very least, and you don't want this change. You have decided you do not want this change. Now, while I do see your partner trying to relent, because they're more about you than the situation, they're definitely more this. Your partner's more about people than situations. I feel like that's where their heart lies. Like if it's upsetting someone, they'll let it go. If it's really that bad, like they'll let it go. They're not willing to hurt somebody's feelings just to get what they want. That's kind of what I'm getting. So that might explain your partner if this is hitting for you. I don't feel like they would do something. Like a possession does not outweigh a person. Like if it's really upsetting to you and you've decided you really don't want to do it, and they realize that, I feel like they're going to back off. I really do. The love outweighs the situation. I don't know why we're reiterating that 50 times, but we have. Page of Pentacles, though. I don't feel like they want to let go of this. They want this change and they don't want to let go of it. But it's the Page of Pentacles. I feel like it might kind of go dormant for a while, but it won't disappear. And I feel like I do feel like even because of that energy, but also they do love you. They have the Knight of Cups here on their side. I feel like they're offering you some love. They're trying to be compassionate to you. They're trying to get in. They're trying to get in a little bit. They want you to relent a little bit. They're just seeing if there's at least a part of it they can get, because they really do believe in this change. They're trying to see if is there a little. Can they get at least a little bit? So I feel like in the future, what helps the situation. I know this is a giving charity card, but I'm feeling like it's a negotiation card. They're willing to relent a bit, but they want to see if there's anything they can salvage of this change, of this idea that you will go along with. That being said, I see on your side the High Priestess. High Priestess is a card of taking the good and the bad and really like thinking things through. This is a card that's like a fairness card. Like, all right, I don't really want to change. You do want to change. Maybe we can meet halfway somewhere. Maybe there's certain things I'm okay with changing because it's not going to disrupt my plans, or maybe there's certain things that won't disrupt my plans completely and I can still keep going the direction I want to with a few changes, but maybe we can come to an understanding. So I feel like where this has to end up is like, I feel like you need to hash this out with your partner. What plans you have, what you want to see happen. Like I don't feel like you're giving into this change completely. I just don't see it happening, but are there some other type of things that would make your partner happy? Like if they want to move, maybe you don't want to move, but maybe there's some like upgrades to the home that would make them happy, or maybe like a camp, like buying a camp in a certain area for like when the weather is good, you guys could go to on the weekend or something like that, or maybe a timeshare. Maybe you could find some other type of way to pacify them wanting a change or wanting a different change of scenery, whatever that is. I feel like that might work. I do see the High Priestess though trying to balance it out. Like, I don't feel like you'll allow things to go crazy, but you'll go through a few thoughts and you'll think about a few things. You're not going to jump to any changes right off the bat, but maybe you'll consider this, consider that. Maybe this is a possibility, maybe that's a possibility. I understand you want this, but I want to stay where I am because I have plans I've been working on. I do not want to change. So I feel like you have to like rationalize out like, what does your partner really want? What are you willing to give? What are they willing to like relent on? I feel like there's a negotiation here, which seems like a very civil way to work this out in the long run. I feel like once they realize that you're not going to give in to the change at all, they try to butter you up and like they're seeing how much leeway they have, like how much flexibility you have in the situation, because they definitely want some things to change here. Good? Yes. Okay. So that's for nope. That was Taurus, excuse me. Taurus relationships. Let's do Taurus singles. I almost said Taurus. Let's It's not really that late in the day. I don't know why my face is starting to do that. Go ahead. All right, so Taurus singles. What do we have for Taurus singles? Messages for Taurus singles. Taurus singles. Taurus singles. Empowering information. Help them move forward the way they want to move. Okay, so to a Celtic cross. Let's see if we have anything pop out in the land of oracle cards. I feel like the bottom card. Whoop! You got the Ace of Cups. That's very strong with love, which is not shocking because you're standing with the Two of Cups here, which is a very loving. There's somebody you're when you're standing with the Two of Cups and you got the Ace of Cups there at the bottom. I feel like you've already fell for somebody. You've already fell for somebody. You have your eye on somebody. You want to move forward. You're ready to do this. I mean, it's a singles part of this situation, so you're viewing yourself as single, but you do not want to view yourself as single. You know who you want, and you're trying to make that happen. Now, okay. Now, you're feeling really good about this. I feel like you're getting some positive response from this person. That's why you're in the Two of Cups realm. You've got the Six of Wands. This is somebody. This is your mental aspect. You're thinking this is going to work out. You're feeling like long term, this is success. Six of Wands is somebody to me going out to a battle that they feel they're assured to win. That's the energy I get from that card. That being said, there is a waiting period that's been going on. You got the Four of Cups here in the overall energy. So I feel like you've been waiting. I actually think things have been going slower than you prefer. You haven't been getting any type of confirmation that this person feels the same way you have. But they've been giving of their time to a point. You're not as close as you'd like to be to this person, but they are giving to you. You are seeing them. You are getting some response. Okay. Looking in the past, I see the Sun card with the Recovery card. So for one of you, if not both, this situation with this person, it's good for it's got its healing aspects clearly because of the recovery. The Sun card, I feel like this is comfortable for both of you. So whatever level this situation is at, I feel like you're both doing well, but I feel like it's kind of like a transition thing. I don't mean to blow it out of the water that way, but I am feeling that. Which I feel unfortunate about because I do feel like the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, like you have genuine deep feelings for this person. You are ready to move forward. Queen of Pentacles in the center with the Two of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, that's dedication. Two of Wands, that's looking for other opportunities. Something here is amiss. I feel like you're more the Queen of Pentacles energy here. You're ready to dedicate to this person. The other person, though, while they are the King of Wands, or not the King of Pentacles, the two cards coming out with them reconsider in the definite no. I feel like they were going your way, and everything seemed to go. But then, for whatever reason, this person changed direction, and they said no. They just walked away. Like the literal no thing. And I was kind of curious when I saw the King of Swords in your future with the Queen of Swords after it, and they seemed to be at odds with each other, and I was kind of wondering why that was feeling that way. I feel like the King of Swords comes up in your future because you're being blocked. Like the other person has made their decision and they're sticking with it. I feel like the Queen of Swords is there because I feel like you're kind of trying to plead your case and telling how you feel, but you're not getting what you want, and I feel like you're kind of there might be a little bitterness here because if this is hitting the way I think it is, this is somebody who is going your direction. Deep feeling, you have a lot of feelings for this person, deep feelings. You're seeing this all going a great way. You're feeling this can work out right now you're viewing this long-term success, like this is a great pairing. And then this person you're with, they say no. They start going a different direction. The Two of Wands here, to me, that's them looking for other possibilities. They're moving on. They've decided this isn't for them. And then the King of Swords, I feel like that's them blocking. They're just like, no, I don't, I know how I feel, and I don't think it's right for us to keep doing this, so I'm going to step out. I do feel like you have your say, though, with the Queen of Swords. But I also feel like the reason you're kind of unhappy is because it looked good. And you really felt good about it, and it doesn't seem fair that it stopped. But the other person, for whatever reason, they just decided this wasn't for them. The reconsider with the definite no, there's another factor here, and I don't feel like they're showing you that. I don't feel like they're telling you what the other factor is, but there's another factor here that they didn't expect. And I feel like that's the reason for the no. I don't feel like that's fair, but I don't feel like they're sharing with you exactly why they're saying no. And I feel like that's one of the reasons you're kind of angry, is because they're not telling you. The King of Swords doesn't say what he doesn't want to say. He only communicates based on what he's deemed needs to be said. He doesn't overtalk, he doesn't undertalk. He just says what he wants to say to make a situation move forward. If he doesn't feel like certain things need to be said because they'll just make the situation worse, he won't say them. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I feel like you might get limited communication from this person. I'm noticing it's King energy both ways, which is somebody who's very much in control and will not say what they do not want to say, will not share what they do not want to share, but will make a situation go forward the way they've decided they want it to go forward. It seems like this person has been handed the control and is using that. I'm looking for like a brighter side to this. I feel like because the emotions are really strong on your side, I don't know. I wish it was going a better direction for you. I just feel like this change of direction. I just don't feel like that. It seems to me like, especially because you're looking at this as long term, like this is going to work out. When it changes direction, I just feel like it takes you a minute to really grasp onto that and to really let it, like, to really get on board with it, because I feel like it's kind of difficult. It almost feels like it's a little bit like not real at first because your emotions are so tied up to this, and I feel like that's why the Queen of Swords happens at the end and you get a little angry about it, a little bitter maybe, because you were already starting to commit yourself to this person, thought things were going great, and then they're just like, no. They reconsider and they go no, but they're not telling you exactly why. And that kind of leaves you with unanswered questions. It makes it harder for you to put it into closure as well because you're not realizing what's really happening. I feel in the long term, things might trickle to you in a roundabout way what the actual reason is. But for right now, I don't see that coming forward. Okay. I hope that helps. I apologize because I wish that was a little more positive at the end there, but it doesn't seem like that's really working out the way I'd like to see it work out for you, but this is the way it's come. So if it's a general read, so if it's hitting for you, hopefully this works out better. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.